Welcome to our channel Wisdom of Stoicism. Imagine waking up one morning with complete peace of mind. No stress, no overthinking, no fear of the future, just a deep sense of calm, knowing that everything in your life is unfolding exactly as it should. Most people spend their lives chasing money, success, relationships, and happiness. But the more they chase, the more things seem to slip away. The truth is, the harder you try to control everything, the more exhausted and frustrated you become. What if I told you that the key to getting everything you desire is to stop chasing and start allowing? What if the secret to success, love, and happiness was actually found in stillness, not struggle? This isn't about magic. It's about a mindset shift, one that the Stoics mastered over 2,000 years ago. The greatest philosophers, Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, understood a simple truth: when you let go, life flows. Today, we're going to explore why most people are anxious and stuck in life. Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you try, life just doesn't go your way? You chase success, you work harder, you stress about the future, but instead of feeling in control, you feel exhausted, frustrated, anxious. This is the reality for most people today. They wake up worrying, they go to bed overthinking, and in between they try to force everything: relationships, career, money, thinking that the harder they push, the faster they'll get what they want. But what if I told you that the more you force things, the more they resist you? The Stoics knew this over 2,000 years ago. They saw people suffering, not because life was cruel, but because people were trying to control things they had no control over. Marcus Aurelius, the great Roman emperor, once wrote in his private journal, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This is the first mistake most people make. They believe happiness will come when they finally get that one thing: more money, a better job, the perfect relationship. But that's an illusion, because the truth is, the more you chase, the more you suffer. Think about it. Have you ever wanted something so badly that you became obsessed with it? You checked your phone every 5 minutes. You kept replaying conversations in your head. You kept asking, why isn't it happening yet? And what happened? You became restless, impatient, frustrated, and worst of all, it still didn't happen the way you wanted. This is what the Stoics call the illusion of control. We think we can control everything: what people think of us, how life unfolds, even the future itself. But in reality, the only thing we ever control is our own mind. Imagine two men stuck in a rainstorm. One is screaming, complaining, and blaming the universe for ruining his day. The other simply accepts the rain, walks calmly, and even enjoys the moment. The storm is the same, but their experience is completely different. The first man suffers because he fights reality. The second man is free because he lets go. So here's the question: are you fighting life or flowing with it? Most people are stuck because they are fighting. They are resisting what is. And the more they resist, the more life feels like a battle. But there is a way out. A way to relax, to let go, and to allow life to unfold naturally. The Stoics called it the art of surrender. And once you master it, everything changes. Because when you stop chasing, when you stop forcing, when you stop demanding that life go exactly as you planned, something incredible happens. Things start falling into place. Not because you pushed harder, but because you let go of the need to push at all. And that is the secret to finally breaking free from anxiety and getting everything you desire. Stay with me, because in the next part of this video, we'll go deeper. I'm going to show you 5 Stoic techniques that will help you relax, let go, and naturally attract the things you want, without stress, without fear, and without forcing. Because once you shift your mindset, life will never feel the same again. Let's begin. The 5 Stoic principles to relax and manifest anything. Let's start with the first and most important principle: the power of acceptance. Most people live in a constant state of frustration. They're always trying to control things they simply can't. They want people to behave a certain way. They want life to go exactly as they imagined. And when it doesn't, they get stressed, angry, or anxious. But here's the truth. The more you try to control everything, the less control you actually have. Think about it. Have you ever planned something perfectly, only for life to throw a curveball? Maybe you worked hard for a promotion, but someone else got it. Maybe you tried to fix a relationship, but the other person didn't change. Maybe you've been chasing success, but things just aren't falling into place. It's frustrating, right? But that frustration comes from resisting reality instead of accepting it. This is where Stoicism comes in. The Stoics believed that the key to peace is understanding the difference between what you can control and what you cannot. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and one of the greatest Stoic thinkers, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Let's break this down. There are two types of things in life. Things you can control: your thoughts, your actions, your attitude, and your reactions. Things you cannot control: other people, the economy, the past, the future, and external events. Most of the stress in life comes from obsessing over the second category, things you have zero control over. Let's say it rains on the day of an important event. You can't change the weather, but you can control your response. You can choose to complain about it, or you can adjust, make the best of it, and move forward. Or let's say someone insults you. You can't control their words, but you can control how you react. You can let it ruin your day, or you can stay calm and unaffected. The moment you stop fighting reality and start accepting it, life becomes much easier. You don't waste energy on things beyond your reach. Instead, you focus on what you can do. So how do you apply this in real life? Here's a simple exercise. Take out a piece of paper and make 2 columns. In the first column, write down things stressing you out right now. In the second column, separate them into things I can control and things I cannot control. If it's in your control, take action. If it's not, let it go. Don't waste energy fighting the uncontrollable. When you practice this daily, something incredible happens. You start feeling lighter, calmer. Principle number 2, negative visualization. You may be wondering, how can imagining my worst fears help me feel better, let alone manifest what I want? It sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? But here's the secret: negative visualization is one of the most powerful tools in Stoicism, and it can completely transform the way you approach life. Let me explain. Imagine for a moment that everything you have, your job, your home, your family, your health, was taken away from you tomorrow. I know it sounds grim, but stay with me. Picture yourself without your loved ones, without your comfort, without the things you take for granted every day. How would you feel? You might feel sad, anxious, maybe even devastated. But here's the thing: by actively imagining the worst-case scenario, you're teaching yourself to appreciate what you have right now. And when you focus on gratitude for the present moment, you begin to realize that much of your fear and stress is unnecessary. This practice comes from the Stoic philosophers, who would intentionally visualize losing the things they valued. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, used this technique to build resilience and calm his mind. Instead of living in constant fear of loss, he faced it head-on in his mind and found peace in the idea that he could endure whatever came his way. Stoicism teaches that life is unpredictable, but how we respond to its challenges is within our control. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting. When you regularly practice negative visualization, you become less attached to the outcome. You stop fearing loss because you've already imagined it, and you realize that your happiness doesn't depend on external circumstances. You can choose to be at peace no matter what life throws your way. Let's take this a step further. By visualizing the worst, you can also prepare yourself for the best. If you face the possibility of loss and found peace, then you're more likely to handle success, wealth, and achievement with humility and balance. You won't let the good times cloud your judgment or make you complacent. Instead, you'll be able to enjoy life's blessings fully, without the need to control them or worry about losing them. It's like a paradox. The more you embrace the idea of losing what you love, the more you end up appreciating it. Here's a simple exercise to get started. Every morning, spend just 5 minutes imagining the worst-case scenarios. What would happen if you lost your job? What if your relationship ended? What if your health declined? Visualize it calmly and acknowledge the discomfort. But remember, it's just an exercise. You don't have to react to it emotionally. Just breathe and recognize that in life, change is inevitable. When you finish this exercise, you'll notice something incredible. Your anxiety starts to fade away. Principle number 3, mastering the art of letting go. Have you ever noticed how much stress comes from holding on to things too tightly? Whether it's a job, a relationship, or even an idea about how life should be, the tighter we grip onto something, the more we seem to push it away. This is a big part of what Stoicism teaches us about letting go. In life, we are constantly trying to control what we can't control. People, situations, outcomes. And when things don't go the way we want, we feel frustrated, angry, or upset. But what if, instead of trying to force things, we just let them happen naturally? This doesn't mean giving up or not caring. It means realizing that we don't have to control everything to be happy. In fact, the more we try to control, the more we lose peace of mind. The Stoics understood this. They knew that control is an illusion. Think about it. How many times in life have you tried to control something, only for it to slip away or fall apart? It happens all the time, right? The key isn't to keep gripping tighter, but to relax your hold and trust that things will unfold as they are meant to. One of the most powerful Stoic ideas is, "I want it, but I do not need it." This simple phrase can transform how we experience the world. It teaches us to let go of our attachment to results and outcomes. When we stop needing things to happen in a certain way, we can fully enjoy the process, the journey, and the present moment. Imagine waking up every day with the freedom to live without the weight of expectations, simply doing your best without obsessing over the results. For example, think about a time when you were chasing something, maybe a promotion at work, a relationship, or even a personal goal. The more you obsessed over it, the more pressure you put on yourself and others. But when you finally let go, when you stopped stressing and just did your best without forcing it, that's when things seem to fall into place. This is how letting go works. When we detach from outcomes, we don't lose our desire or ambition. We just stop attaching our happiness to them. We let go of the need to control every detail, and that's when life starts to work in our favor. So how can we practice this? One simple way is to start with the small things. Maybe it's letting go of the need to have the perfect day, or the perfect conversation, or the Principle number 4. Gratitude rewires your brain for abundance. Now, let's talk about one of the most powerful practices that can completely transform your mindset: gratitude. It sounds simple, right? But trust me, it's much deeper than just saying thank you here and there. Gratitude, according to Stoic philosophy, isn't just about feeling thankful for the good things in life. It's about seeing everything around you, the challenges, the failures, the small victories, as gifts that help shape who you are. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most powerful men to ever live, practiced gratitude every single day. Despite his vast empire and countless responsibilities, he would take time to reflect on what he had to be grateful for. And this wasn't just a passing thought. He wrote down specific things that he appreciated: his health, his teachers, the people around him, even the simple things that many of us overlook. The Stoic approach to gratitude helps us shift our focus away from what we don't have and places it on what we do have. This shift is incredibly powerful because it reprograms your brain. When you practice gratitude regularly, you start seeing life through a new lens. You begin to realize how abundant your life already is, even if you don't have everything you want. The truth is, we live in a world that constantly pushes us to want more. More money, more success, more attention, more things. But what the Stoics teach us is that true wealth comes not from the things we acquire, but from the way we perceive what we already have. When you focus on gratitude, you're not just thanking the universe for the big wins. You're also appreciating the small, often overlooked moments, like a quiet cup of coffee in the morning, or the feeling of fresh air on your skin. When you consistently practice gratitude, your mind becomes naturally inclined to seek out the positive, even in the most challenging situations. It's almost as if you train your brain to look for abundance rather than lack. And the more you notice the good, the more good things seem to come your way. But how can you start doing this today? It's simple. Make gratitude a daily practice. Every night before bed, take a few minutes to write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be life-changing. Just small moments that brought you peace or joy during the day. Maybe it's the smile from a stranger, the warmth of the sun, or even the comfort of your bed at the end of a long day. By doing this, you're shifting your mind from a place of lack and frustration to a place of abundance and peace. Over time, this practice starts to shape your perception of the world. And the more you train yourself to be grateful, the more you'll attract Principle number 5. Live as if you already have it. There's a powerful secret that most people don't realize. If you want something, whether it's confidence, success, or peace, you can't wait for it to show up. You have to act as if it's already yours. Think about it. If you want to be confident, do you sit around waiting for confidence to magically appear? No. You start carrying yourself like someone who is already confident. You stand tall. You speak with certainty. You act like someone who deserves to be in the room. And eventually, that confidence becomes real. The Stoics believed that our actions shape our minds, not the other way around. If you act weak, you will feel weak. If you act like a failure, you will think like a failure. But if you carry yourself as if you are already at peace, already strong, already successful, your mind will follow. This isn't about faking it. It's about training yourself to be the person you want to become. Imagine 2 men. One is always stressed, always chasing things, always desperate for more. The other is calm, grounded, and unshaken by life. Now ask yourself, who is more likely to succeed? Who do people respect more? Who will attract better opportunities? The answer is obvious. If you want inner peace, stop acting like someone who is constantly anxious. Walk slowly, breathe deeply, speak with calmness. If you want wealth, don't obsess over money. Instead, start making decisions like someone who is already financially wise. Save, invest, think long-term. If you want respect, stop begging for it. Start commanding it through your actions, your discipline, and your silence. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic emperors, lived by this rule. He didn't waste time wishing for things. He simply acted like the man he wanted to be. And through those actions, he became one of the greatest leaders in history. So here's your challenge. Starting today, carry yourself like the person you want to become. Not tomorrow, not next week. Now, ask yourself, how would I act if I were already at peace? How would I think if I already had success? How would I carry myself if I truly respected myself? And then start doing it. Most people wait for their life to change before they change how they act. But that's not how it works. First, you change how you act. Then your life changes. This is the Stoic way. Now go live it. Let's talk about how you can apply this every single day. Because knowledge without action is useless. You don't need to wait for the right moment to start. You don't need more money, more success, or more approval to be happy. What you need is inner peace, and that starts today. The first step is simple: detach from the outcome. When you chase things, whether it's money, relationships, or success, you create stress. And stress blocks everything. But when you relax, when you trust the process, things start flowing effortlessly. This is what the Stoics knew. The more you try to control everything, the more miserable you become. But when you let go, life surprises you in ways you never expected. Now, here's the paradox of manifestation. The more relaxed you are, the faster things happen. Think about it. The people who always seem to have it all, peace of mind, confidence, success, aren't the ones stressing over every little thing. They're the ones who trust themselves, trust life, and take action without fear. So here's what I want you to do. For the next 7 days, practice Stoic mindfulness. Every morning, remind yourself, I cannot control everything, but I can control my response. Every evening, write down one thing you let go of that day. And throughout the day, whenever you feel anxious, take a deep breath and say, this moment is enough. Try this for just 1 week and see how your mind shifts. you'll start to feel lighter, more at peace, more in control without the stress. And now I have a challenge for you. Drop a comment below and tell me, what's one thing you are letting go of starting today? And if you found value in this, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss more Stoic wisdom to help you master life. See you in the next video. Stay strong, stay Stoic,